Hey guys, and today I'm bringing you some more of random money saving tips. This is part 3, and if you haven't watched part 1 and 2, I'll link them somewhere there so you could go and watch it. Also, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, especially if you like saving money and want more money saving tips. First tip for today, and this is tip number 14 because this is third part. Use rugs instead of paper towels. And you don't even have to spend money on rugs. Like sometimes actually you can buy like a small little towels or something. You can use your old towels that have worn out or have hole in it or something, or like your old clothes, especially like a sweatshirt like this or a t-shirt. They make good rugs too, because paper towels, they cost a lot of money. A roll of paper towels will cost at least, well, more than 50 cents, and sometimes even more than $1. Depends if you get a good sale and what brand you're buying. I only use paper towels sometimes, so one roll lasts us a long time, but we also use them when we have people over for like napkins for our eating, because we don't buy napkins. We just use a few paper towels, so they last us much longer than most people. We go through about 1 to 2 rolls a month, and depending how many people we have over. Number 15, wash dishes by hand, because many people, when they use dishwashers, those dishwashers could be like half empty and it's gonna go through the whole cycle. But even if you have a bigger family and have more dishes, it's still cost effective to wash it by hand, and I don't think it's even more work, because with the dishwasher you gotta load it then unload it, and it's about as much work as washing dishes by hand. But washing by hand, you might not be saving water, but you're saving electricity that they cost to heat up the dishwasher, especially if you're using the dry cycle. That takes a lot of energy. If you still want to use a dishwasher, what I do sometimes, I maybe use it once every 2 weeks or so. Only wash full loads, that's the thing, number 1, and skip the drying cycle. Just depending on settings of your dishwasher, you can have drying cycle on or off. So whenever I do use it, once the dishwasher stops, I just open it and it dries by air, so that saves a lot of electricity. Tip number 16, shop at the thrift stores for most of your clothes and things that are like camping or sports gear stuff. Those usually are a lot cheaper at the thrift stores, and things like maybe like a tent or those foldable chair thingies that people use for camping, or sleeping bags. These are way cheaper at the thrift stores than at the regular stores, but the new ones you could buy, because sometimes people just use it a couple times, or maybe didn't use them at all, and they just don't want to store them because they're not using them. And sometimes they can be found in really good conditions at the thrift stores. And also some clothes, especially things like kids clothes, because kids can probably wear it only a couple times and they outgrow it. And especially like dresses that you would normally wear for like going to church and things like that. Those things don't get used very often by like same person that owns it, and they just like get tired of it, or they outgrow it or something. So we buy lots of clothes, especially for our girls, at the thrift stores. But sometimes thrift stores, depending what thrift stores you have, they might not be that good of a price on clothes, because the Goodwill's stores that we have around here, their clothes price is like close to the price that I could get on clearance at the other, like Walmart or Kohl's or other places, which like you can get a new thing for the same price. Why would you want to pay this much at the Goodwill for a used one. But some good thrift stores where you've seen my hauls before, where we get them at the 50% off extra. We just go on those days when they have the extra 50%, and that's the only days we shop, and that's how we get our clothes really cheap. Tip number 17, not everything is worth it to buy secondhand, because sometimes people might think, oh, thrift store is so cheap, I'll just buy it all used. Things like bras, I would not buy secondhand, because by the time somebody's done with them, they'll be all stretched out. Because I know, like, by the time I'm done with my bras, they're all stretched out. Things like socks, because those things, like, these are like too close to the skin and stuff. Things are underwear. I wouldn't buy these at the thrift stores. I would only buy these new. Plus, things like socks and underwear, they probably not much more expensive to buy new if you shop clearance than the thrift store. Tip number 18, look for coupons and discount codes before you go shopping. If you're planning to go shopping at the particular store, even grocery store, like if you planning to go do your grocery shopping, look at their ad before you actually go to the store. See what's on sale. If you buying something online, sometimes you can find coupon codes and stuff. You don't even have to be signed up for anything. Just like search for coupons, special codes, especially if you're buying like online, like Kohl's or something. Sometimes they have, almost every time they have something like 15 or 20% off or something. Or even when you go inside the store, you can just go to they have app that you can use, or if you don't want to use the app, you can just go to their website, and almost every day or like every week or something, they have like 15% off or 20% off or something. So this way you can save an extra money for something you would be buying anyways. Number 19, opt out for free entertainment. You don't have to pay money to actually be entertained. I mean, I know I'm weird. My entertainment is saving money, and you just like, I don't really need to go like eat out or movies or I don't know, any kind of amusement places, because to me it's just like kind of waste of money. But some people like that. I understand. Some people ditch their cable and they use either Hulu or Netflix or both to save money compared to cable. I have no idea how much cable costs, but even if you're paying like $10 for Hulu or Netflix or something, that's still waste of money to me. If you have pets, that's free entertainment too. If you're kids, this is kind of entertainment too. Just spend time with your pets and your kids, and that's entertainment too. Also, watch my videos. Tip number 20, this is kind of an obvious one that everybody knows, but they still don't do it. Use less of everything you use. Like if you're using detergent, shampoo, cleaner, whatever, try to do use less of it, so this way it lasts you longer, so you don't have to spend as much money on it. Some people dilute their cleaners and detergents and shampoos with water, and this way it helps them to stretch longer. But I found if I dilute my shampoos with water, it's more spillable, so the kids end up actually using more because it's more watery, and it's easy to like spill more onto your hand when you're trying to like wash your hair than when it's more thicker. So it doesn't really save us any money to do that. But I do dilute my cleaners. I make some of my own, but the ones I don't make my own, because I can't make my own bleach, I dilute it with water. Try my best to use less shampoo and still get it all over my hair. And I use only 1 ounce of liquid laundry detergent, and it still gets my clothes really good and clean. Maybe because I have a good newer washing machine, I don't know, but it still does a good job. Yeah, it still does a good job, even though my washer takes huge loads. And maybe that's why I only have like 2 or 3 loads a week. And some people who have like 5 or 10. And I'm like, duh, because I have bigger loads, I might not have less laundry, just my loads are bigger. Hey guys, and thanks for watching. That's all for today. I'm gonna have more videos like this of money saving tips because I have a lot more written down in my notebook. And if you have any more money saving tips, please comment down below and share with all of us so we all could save more money. Bye.